What'd you get?
He steps forward last, and he draws a card. When he draws the card is black. It envelops him, and then fades away. And when it does, Bomir is left standing, comatose. He is drooling, standing there, doesn't have any facial reactions one way or another. He doesn't seem aware of the world around him.
Oh no. We lost our paladin.
Duranton kind of pokes Bomir with the end of his sword.
Yeah, let's stab Bomir. That's always a good thing.
End of my sword. End.
The one made of pure light?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Bomir, your paladin of happiness is now standing in front of the deck of many things, non-reactive. And the blackness that went inside of him is gone.
So he's just a drooling dude right now?
Yes.
Could I do a Knowledge Arcana to see if I know what that card is and what it does?
You cannot.
Okay.
You do not have knowledge of this artifact.
Okay. Well, we knew a little bit about it, but not specifics.
Correct.
Sorry, dude.
It happens. The dice giveth and the dice taketh.
Oh, you're talking to the wrong person about that. I'm not comatose, but yeah, you're talking to the wrong person about that.
Okay. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I guess I could try a restoration on him. I doubt it's going to do anything. I would need a long rest first.
Don't you have some wishes?
Yeah, man. Try one of your wish spells.
No, I'm going to try Greater Restoration first.
Well,
because what if Greater Restoration doesn't do it, the wish won't either. Because once these things happen, they're permanent.
Dude, it's wish.
Yes, but it's not the same. Like Tony read off wish last week. It's not the same wish as it was in 3.5.
No,
it's
not at all.
Very, very specific set of things that can happen.
That's not true. But it's a very specific set of things that's typical.
Yes. You can do other things depending on it, but then you have to roll to see if you blah blah. And there's a bunch of chance. Hold on.
Your restoration has no effect.
I didn't even get to cast. I haven't rested yet, but okay.
It wouldn't have an effect then.
Okay. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, if you fell too bad at a wish or try to make a spell try to fight something that's too difficult for it, then it can take away all of your wishes.
So let me just see if I understand this correctly. You're not willing to risk one wish spell to save your companion.
That's not what I said. What I did say is these are permanent effects. We were warned, once they happen, they happen.
That's not true.
No?
I didn't say that they could never be reversed. I said they rewrite reality. The cards affect reality. I didn't say they could never be reversed. There's wishes and fate cards and all kinds of cards that can redo things.
Oh, maybe I completely misunderstood wish. Hold on, let me look it up. Was it like level 9 wizard?
Yes, Wish is a level 9 spell.
Okay, Wish is a mighty spell a mortal creature can cast. By simply speaking aloud, you can alter the very foundations of reality in accord with your desires. The basic use of this spell is to duplicate any other spell of 8th level or lower. You do not need to meet any requirements in that spell, including costly components. The spell
I know what it says.
simply takes effect. I was reading it for Daniel.
Ah.
You can create one object of up to 25,000 gold in value. You allow up to 20 creatures that you can see regain all hit points, and you end all effects on them described in the Greater Restoration spell, which is why I said Greater Restoration, which Tony said won't work. Grant 10 creatures resistance.
I sent it to him. You don't have to read it to him.
All right.
Is there a way that you can wish for insight to find out what happened to him?
I mean, we may be able to use a divination spell.
Wait a minute. You undo a single recent event by forcing a re-roll. Tony, would that apply here? Like, could I force him to re-roll with my wish?
You don't know. You can try. When you have wishes, you need to very specifically tell me what you're wishing for.
Okay, let me think how to word this so you can't screw me as if you're the devil.
Well, saying I knew what happened to Bomir might be a good start.
What was the example that you gave us the last time, Tony?
I don't remember.
Damn it.
I remember what it was.
What was it?
Can I tell him?
Mm-hmm.
He said, I couldn't sit there and be like, hey, I want the Staff of the Magi, which is a artifact level stave. And
You
it
can't
pop
create
up.
magic items.
Yeah, well, no, I said, I want it. I want, wherever it is in the world, I want it to come to me. The wish spell, even if you phrase it like that, could sit there and be like, oh, you want this stave? Okay, and teleports me to the location it's at, no matter who's there, what's there. So if something's on the bottom of the ocean, you're like, hey, I wish I had this super hammer of Thor. And it'd be like, yeah, okay, and it takes me and it can throw me to the bottom of the ocean. Well, okay. Or it could throw me to whoever currently owns that weapon or whatever. So it's, sometimes even if you're very specific, like, hey, I want the Staff of Magi. Okay, here you go. You got to kill the guy who has it. Ha-ha, sucker. So you got to be very careful on how you... That's why I said you have to be careful when you phrase it. I'm trying to look through mine real quick before we start wasting wishes and kisses and stuff like that. I'm seeing if I have any divination spells that may help.
I mean,
What if you phrased it something like, I wish I knew what happened to Bomir without harm befalling me or my party?
Not my spell.
I know, I'm just throwing out for instance.
Was I pushing the wrong button?
Probably.
Did you hear me say, not your spell, no, but put some input in?
Nope.
Yep, okay, I was pushing the wrong
I
button.
didn't hear that. Well, I'm looking to see if I have any, or if there's any spells I would know about. That would be divination and nature.
I keep wanting to cast Insight. However, I can't cast that as this character.
What is that pinging?
That's my girlfriend sending me constant fucking messages. It's driving me insane.
Tell her it's game time. Piss off.
They're not useful or anything like that. That's the worst.
Game time. Piss off.
I'm working on telling it to stop making noise. I just don't know how yet.
I mean, from my experience, calling your girlfriend it is probably the opposite way of making it stop making noise.
Right. That usually raises the decibel level.
Right?
Right?
Couple points.
Ding.
That one was Daniel. I'm working on it.
Great. Daniel, you're trying to be his next girlfriend?
Hey, well, he's moving away. I figure, try while you got a chance.
Yeah.
Okay. Everything that I've looked into. Hold on. I'm pretty knowledgeable, but let's make sure to do it the right way. Yeah, nothing there.
Can you lucky?
Yeah, I'm not using the lucky. Pretty much. There's nothing for. Yeah, I'm just rolling shit tonight. There's nothing for. To figure that out unless it is a wish spell from a wizard standpoint. I mean, everything I have is very, very specific. Like, oh, you can find this if it's 1,000 feet away from you. So it would have to be holy magic whether it's good or bad, but it would have to be like a cleric.
Let's take him to town and get him a cleric. Faldu would reach forward, grab one of his arms, and try to pull him away from the lava. Does he walk or does he try to fall flat on his face?
He is completely movable. If you try to move him, he'll fall over.
Sweet.
You want to stick him on back of the lizard?
Lizard would be gone. My lizard, at least. I imagine I can't.
Well, we still got
hold up
our own
concentration.
lizards, don't we?
Oh yeah, if y'all took him with you, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so you would have to use your wish. Honestly, that's
I want
mean-
to take him to town and get him seen by a cleric. See if his soul's even in there. No, but if we do that, it wouldn't be a recent event. I couldn't make him re-roll it or re-pick from the deck. Alright, then I guess I'm using one of my wish spells here.
what are you wishing for? Are you wishing to reverse it? Are you wishing to find out what the fuck happened? Are you wishing? What do you?
I said it to get him to pick a new card. I just got to figure out a good way to word it.
Wish spells do not impact this deck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, not to be pedantic, but when you say this deck, are you talking about actions emanated from the deck or actions related to the deck?
You cannot use a wish spell to adjust this deck. You can use them to impact the effects of this deck. So you can't wish him to get another card. I'll be right back.
Right, so just, I'll just word it in a way, brings him back to normal with no effects to us or the party.
Because that's always a great idea. Giving you shit.
You got a better one?
I wish he was the way that he was 5 minutes before he drew the card.
Which might take him back and make him redraw the card.
But see, that's the thing, is that he can't redraw the card. That's already been stated. Once it's drawn, it's drawn. But you can revert it, kind of like rolling something back on your computer. Reboot him.
We'll try it.
Sorry about that. Everybody here? Anybody make a decision?
Yeah, we're going to use I'm going to use a wish spell. Just trying to figure out the best way to word this. Valdu will look to Orin and say, "You are much better with magic than I. How should I word it to revert the effects on Bomir to the way they were before?"
Orin looks at you and then looks over at the catatonic catatonic Bomir, just kind of standing there drooling. He starts contemplating your request. He looks at you, and from his knowledge of wish spells, let's see. We definitely need more information before we just start wishing willy-nilly. You say, put him back to the way he was before this. I mean, you can start a chain reaction that may not be good. It may take us all back to that point before this. It could, because it happened 2 seconds. This is me, Matt, speaking. It happened like 2 seconds after the last person got done. Bomir came out and grabbed a card. There's unforeseeable consequences that, like you said, if you wish him back and something, let's say, example, his brain is completely just gone. It's in some freaking wizard's freaking laboratory, and we all pop up there, and it's freaking, very high level wizard. Let's say, example, Elminster. Then not a good idea. So I think we need to find out more information before you just start wish here, wish there, wish there. If you want to, like I said, I only know high level clerics that can do it. Maybe find out information. It's not even a guaranteed. So if you want to use a wish spell that badly, I would probably wish to figure out what the fuck happened. Because we don't know. For all we know, he's still in there. He just lost, 15 points of intelligence and wisdom. And apparently charisma, because he's starting to drool. Wipe his mouth.
Well, then let's get his ass back to town, try to get some information on him.
Where do you think you are?
In the tunnel that is less than a day away from the town.
Manto Dareth is not a town.
Encampment, trading post.
Just making sure you didn't think Manto Dareth was like some city or something. It's all it is a meeting place for different factions that trade.
Right. No, I was kind of envisioning it as just a trading post. Out of state town and out of habit. Okay, so is anybody opposed to going to Mantle Dareth? Taking a long rest here first?
Nope.
I don't. I'm trying to think here. When we have the entire party, I'd say that's fine, but don't forget we still need to set up our outer perimeter base as well. If you guys want to, I can take half the party and those and go try to take care of that issue. But I don't want to leave that, because you guys know as well as I do in the Underdark, the longer you leave an area, the greater chance of something coming in there. Yeah. And making its own home. And I don't really feel like fighting a angry, pissed off Jin again.
Again.
Well, yeah. We may have started it, but that's beside the point.
Well, it's not like we can drag him along to it.
Potato. Fucking Tony making up shit.
You literally walked up to a creature that was minding its
proof.
business and shot it.
No proof.
Yeah, because that's the first time this has happened that we've, shot a random stranger or robbed a crazy man.
Right? All of a sudden, it's all fun and games. Matt does it. It's, he's evil. Fucking rest of the party does it. They're like, you're good. And the cleric's the one who starts it.
We don't have a cleric.
I'm sorry, I meant the pally started it.
And look what happened to him.
Right? Karma. I mean, honestly, I don't want to give up that area because that's a great place, base of operation, and it allows very quick travel between Blending Stone, Gauntlgrim, and then this location. That's my 2 cents.
All right, well, let's hoist Boromir up and then go.
Yeah, he said he
go
follows.
do that.
All right. Who's coming with me to Gauntlgrim? And who's going with Orin?
How do you plan to get to Gauntlgrim?
Am I saying the wrong name here?
Mantle Dareth.
Right.
I think we can go to Gauntlgrim if we go back to that last location. Much more powerful clerics. We'll have a base of operation. I'll be able to teleport circle there, get everybody together, take him, figure out what the fuck's going on, teleport circle back the next day.
I gotta
Fair
go
enough.
with. Yeah, I gotta go with Orin on this one.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Let me ask you guys something. To play devil's advocate here, what exactly are you looking to have done?
I don't know.
I'm getting that impression.
They're looking to figure out by a cleric spell, one of a high level cleric spell, which the only thing Orin has heard of that may tell us what's going on. What happened to Boromir?
Or is your goal to avoid using the wish spell?
His goal is to avoid using the wish spell.
Not
Okay.
entirely, no.
He doesn't want to start using the wish spell, let's put it that way.
I don't care.
I don't want to waste one. I want to figure out if his soul is there before I try to cast too powerful of a wish.
You just use you tried, let's say the next morning comes, you tried using greater restoration on him, because Tony gave you the answer to that, so I assume that you actually had to cast it anyways. That spell didn't work. I don't know a whole lot of other big badass spells that could fix this problem.
Yeah, but again, you're thinking of it in terms of spells. This is a wish. It's phrasing it in a way that, you get.
It's not always true. The basic use of the wish spell is to duplicate any other spell of 8th level or lower. Not any other arcane spell, not any spell. Every single spell of level 8 or lower. Now, if you're going to get fancy and start wishing for objects, then it's how you word it. If you're using the spell to duplicate another spell, that doesn't have any room for the DM to fuck you.
So, in theory, wouldn't a spell such as Locate Object be...
No, I already looked into that. Locate object is you have to... Sorry, it may have been locate creature, one of those. Locate... I just saw that. Yeah, locate object. Very, very limited.
The only...
Locate creature, that wouldn't be an object. Locate creature, which, even if it was a soul, I mean... Semantics aside, you are your soul, so I'd assume that'd be like a person / creature. You have to be within 1,000 feet of it.
See, again, that's something I'd argue simply based on the fact that it's a soul. It is a noun.
Without your soul, you are not you. It is you. I mean, yeah, locate creature. Okay, what? So just the meat shell. If he sends his mind out from it, we're still going to his body. That's what I'm saying. It's 6 of one, half dozen the other, any which way you want to phrase it. Locate an object is locate an object, not locate my soul, which, yeah, technically is an object, but so is a person could technically be an object. I mean, that's where you start to get crazy with it. The spell, if you want to use your Wisp spell, it's a 5th level. It's a high level, almost. It's called Commune. So
The
that's
spell Commune is a level 5 spell that is found for clerics only. You contact your deity or a divine proxy and ask up to 3 questions that can be answered with a yes or no. You must ask your question before the spell ends. You receive a correct answer every time. It doesn't mean they have every answer. Divination is a similar spell. You basically offer... you use your magic to contact a god or a god's servant. You ask a single question concerning a specific goal or activity to occur within 7 days. The reply can be a short phrase, omen, blah, 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 blah.
yeah. So,
Divination and Commune are the spells you're looking at.
but if we use the thing is, if we use Commune, yes, no answers. It's not going to answer what happened to his soul, or what happened to his mind, or what happened to him.
No, but it will tell
Divination
us if it's
does.
there.
Divination does.
Yes, divination does, but divination is also a 4th level spell. So if you can get a cleric, which I assume they would have in Gauntlgrim or a large city like that, especially Gauntlgrim, they want us to succeed. So go there. It's a 4th level spell, in my opinion. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys. That using a wish spell for a 4th level spell, yeah, that doesn't seem like a good idea for the wish spell. When it would literally take us.
You guys are not level 9 yet. You are level 9 when you hit Mantle Dareth. For all intents and purposes, you are level 8.
Unless you want to. So we walk into Mantle Dareth. Bing, we're 9. We turn around, we walk out.
You haven't reached Mantle Dareth. I told you if you wanted to level up before we did anything, because we were going to be starting the game in Mantle Dareth, to save time, you could. But I was very clear when you hit level 9.
Well, it's still fine, but I mean, it's a level, yeah. So at level 8, a cleric could cast divination. Level 9, they can cast the Commune.
7, they can cast Divination.
7.
But
Sorry,
yes,
you get my point, yeah.
I get your point.
So do you want to set up the base camp, head to Mantle Dareth, level up, and then go from there?
Well, then we'd be going back to the base camp, back to there. I mean, our characters wouldn't know we're getting close to leveling up, but
Out of
Yeah.
character, I'm just throwing that out.
yeah, out of character. I would still. Oren's point of view is kind of my point of view on this, which is we can either use the wish spell to figure out what happened, etc. You know, figure out the entire scenario. What happened? If something did happen to it, you know, maybe where is that? Who knows? But it's again, you would have to. It would have to be probably a divination spell. But if it's a level 4 spell, I would say probably save his wishes and just go to Gauntlgrim, figure out what's going on. We get 3 questions with divination, correct, Tony? Or no, 3 questions with Commune, 1 question with divination with a correct answer, but it could be a riddle or a poem or something. I say we go there, take him with us. So my level spell, so it's not that big a deal. And no, we have to go to switch. Sorry,
Hold on, my wife's calling me. I'll be right back.
Sorry, we didn't level up. I don't have anything. We didn't level up yet, so we'd have to go to Mantle Dareth. So I would say until we go to Mantle Dareth, and I don't think Tony's going to let us go to Mantle Dareth, turn around, leave to go back to go to Gauntlgrim and get that level. I think we hit there, we level up, but we're going to stay there and do what we doing there. Am I correct on that assumption, Tony?
That is correct. You're not going to metagame, walk into
Okay.
Mantle Dareth, and then say, oh, now that I can teleport.
Yeah. So I would say we just use the wish. If he's okay with it, have Josh use the wish spell for. I think divination is going to be our best bet. Because is he showing any sort of, like, is she still responding to pain sensory and, like, you know, freaking sternal chest rub, shit like that?
No.
So he just, I thunk him in his eye and he doesn't blink.
Correct. His heart's still beating. He's still breathing. He's still technically alive.
He's just, okay, so would it be, hold on.
Basically.
Okay. So we can assume with all those outside stuff that his soul's gone. So I would say let's use, if he's okay with it, use the divination spell and figure out what happened to his soul. Is the rest of the party okay with that?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, I know bupkis about spells.
How do you feel about that, Chris?
Well, this is what Bomir has to say.
Well said.
What sound does drool make as it's dribbling down?
Bloop. 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 Raindrops keep falling on my head.
I was listening to the Rains of Castamere. Does it make that sound?
Right, it does.
You know, I got a piece of chalk in my bag.
I can conjure you an object and I can just conjure a window. I mean, just put it to your armor so you can just sit there and be like, nah, nah. But I think it'd be a good idea to put Bomir's helmet on. You know, I don't think they have football helmets in this world, but just put his helmet on just in case. And we're all going to hell because everybody smiled at that one.
It's true.
Only because in the state of Pennsylvania, I legally am pants on head retarded.
Oh, no, it's not just Pennsylvania.
As I say here, too.
Right? Pretty sure Colorado as well.
Yay, autism.
Fucking women. Damn it. Honey, I know you explained this to me 12 times, but oh my god, come here and explain it to me again. Hurry up. Okay, what I missed? Did anything get decided?
The rest of the party. Basically, Orin, with the lack of any sort of external stimuli affecting Bomir, like flicking him in the eyeball, fucking nothing's working with him. He's still breathing. He still has, you know, the natural, what's going to happen without, even when you sleep, shit that's going to happen. Now, flicking him in the eyeball didn't work. Sternal chest rub, like, he has no pain threshold. Put his hand in the fire, it'd probably burn off before, if anything happened. So we think that we need to use, so we know it's a soul, so we think we need to use one of your wish spells because there's no way anytime soon we're going to be able to hopefully get to a cleric that high level. We're not going to be able to go to Mantle Dareth, level up, turn around, leave, and then get our level up spells. Tony said, you know, and I agree, man, metagaming like a motherfucker. So the best course of action would probably be use your wish spell for the divination spell and ask where the hell, what happened with his soul or where the hell his soul is.
But then I would just have to use another wish spell to try to get it back.
Baby steps, man. First things first.
I ain't using 2 spells of the most powerful spell in the game.
No, first is actually find out where the hell his soul went. Then, if it's something we can track down, we can track it down. But wishing for it's like what was said. Wishing for an object, that's where you start getting into trouble.
Yeah, wishing for his soul back. Yeah, maybe bad juju. Like, I want his soul back. Okay. And Bomir has a new body of a druid.
Yeah, next thing you know, your body's swapped with a midget.
Bomir's not a midget.
I never said he was.
Well, I mean, we could put restrictions on it, like we wish for his soul back in his body as it was before he picked a card, with no ill effects to us.
It's your spell. You can word it. But like Tony said, if it's too much, it may work. That may not be too much. But if it's too much, either A, nothing happens, or B, a world of shit unloads, or C, you lose all your wish spells.
I just don't want to use a level 9 spell to make a level 4 spell.
Yeah, but there's no guarantee when we get to Mantle Dareth there's going to be clerics who's willing to help us. Remember, Underdark. The Drought clerics, Loth doesn't really care for a holy paladin. The Dwergars don't really care for a holy paladin, especially a good aligned one. This is we may get lucky with the fucking Sniff Nerblind. But again, we may get lucky.
Well, we
Like I
do
said,
have an ace in the hole a little bit. Durandon there has connections there, and if we told them it was vital to getting that Blade they so want, they might be willing to go a little bit extra bit for us to use a connection or two.
Or they could just charge us out the ass and we'd owe them even more stuff. Whether it's more loot,
And if
we
they
owe them a
charge us
favor.
more, then I could just be like, no, and use a wish spell anyway. That's what I'm saying.
This is getting overly complicated.
Yep, it's your spell, man. If you don't want to use it, all you gotta do is say, you know what, I'm not using it right now. We'll go to Mantle Dareth, or we'll go to secure the little fort we have, and then we'll go to Mantle Dareth and we'll see if they happen to have anything there.
I can't ask Bomir nothing.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to ask him if he wants to raise right now. Don't answer it. But, that would kind of be influencing my in-game character decision, so no. Give me a second here, I'm thinking. You know what? Fuck it. I'll do it this way. Alright. Dice have it. I would go ahead and cast the wish for the divination, but give me a minute. Let me read this spell. With a god, so it doesn't necessarily have to be mine. Correct, Tony?
Correct.
Now remember, before you do divination, is divination the lower level spell? Yeah, okay. Yeah, divination's the
level
one
4.
that gives us a riddle or whatever to answer the question.
Oh, right. I can always do the other one, which gives me 3 questions, right?
But it's yes or no. So we wouldn't find out where it is. We could ask yes or no. Tony, for the divination, it says activity to occur within 7 days.
You can ask about
The past.
what's going on
Okay.
as a general
Yeah.
rule.
Okay.
And you can ask about what's going on presently as well, but not in the past. Or at least not in the distant past.
Yeah.
So
So I-
theoretically, I could ask what the hell happened to him, and I would get a riddle back.
It doesn't necessarily give you a riddle.
Hold on, the DM offers a
a
truthful
short
reply.
phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen.
So I think
Which
we need
may
to
not
ask.
get us anywhere.
We pretty much know that basically his soul's gone. Good by guessing and everything going on. Just to ask where his soul is, or how could where his soul is, or how can we get to his soul? I'd probably just ask where the hell the soul is. Or I mean, like I said, it's up to you. Either way. So they're say, where is his soul and how can we get it? That may be.
That's 2 questions.
Yeah, that's 2 questions.
That's one question. There's a comma in it. There wasn't a pause.
It's 2 questions.
Comma indicates a pause in speaking.
Well, you know what I mean. It wasn't a in sentence. It was a continuation of the first question.
It was a compound sentence with 2 questions.
Well,
It's, You just said it. Compound sentence. Sentence.
With 2 questions. It says 1 question, not 1 sentence.
okay. So, well, you know his soul is gone, correct?
We know his soul's gone. Yes.
We're
Then-
positive of that.
99.9. Oren's willing to stake his reputation on it.
Then the question should be, where is his soul?
Yes, but if he goes, it's with Jim Bob Joe. Who the fuck is Jim Bob Joe? I'm trying to think, devil's advocate here. That's what I'm saying. Where's his soul at? Jimmy has it. What the fuck? Okay, where's Jimmy? Nope, sorry. Need another wish spell. We could say, where is the current location? I don't know. You're gonna have to come up with something. It'd be like, where's the current location of Bomir's soul? But then again, it could be like, it's sitting in a box in the shelf. Well, who has the shelf? I mean, I don't know if they're going to be that crazy and creepy with it, but just like the wish spell, and probably need to be more specific than less.
Is a soul like free floating, or does it have to be contained within something?
I wouldn't. Tony, knowledge arcana or knowledge religion?
I didn't say anything about a soul. This is all your assumptions.
Yeah, but I'm asking the free flowing versus contained.
You don't know. You don't know if his soul's in his body and he's just in a coma. You don't know if what's going on. You have no idea as far as 100%. Now, if Oren is of the opinion that his soul is missing, and Oren is of the opinion where it went, Oren doesn't have that knowledge.
I don't have the knowledge of where it went, like if it's sitting right next to him. He's standing beside himself going, hey, there's my body. No, but if we're going to use divination spell, I think it needs to be... it doesn't say... It does say cryptic riddle. It's not going to be like, it's with Jim.
You guys are making this 6,000 times more complicated. You're replicating a spell.
Would you lead us to the exact location of his soul?
Yeah, but remember, it's a god or God's servant.
I'm wondering
no.
if I should ask mine or his.
Huh?
I'm wondering whose god I should ask, mine or his.
You
Who
don't
would
get
be
to
more
pick.
willing?
It just goes up to a random god.
Oh, fantastic.
Take a number.
Next. Just ask it. Just sit there and say, where is Bomir's soul? Just make it simple and easy. If it comes back with, it's with Jim, then we can continue on and try to not use another wish spell on this.
But then that gives us the ability to, try to locate Jim.
Yep. Or give us the name of a person near us who can tell us what happened to Bomir's soul.
How about just what the fuck happened to Bomir?
Yeah.
I got this.
That's like hold my beer.
Exactly.
User was moved out of your channel. User left your channel.
So did none of y'all get cards anywhere near as bad as this?
Let's see. No.
And I draw one card.
Dude, I got hooked up.
Yeah, he lost ability points in his intel, and and then got to draw another card, and then like lost 10,000 experience, and then gained 50,000, and got a minion, and got a fucking hand job from God. Like I'm just like, and then I get all shit. I mean, not as bad as my soul's missing, but it was still pretty bad.
I'm loved.
Josh got a keep.
I think Josh got a couple of them.
He did. He got 2 keeps.
Wow.
See, that's the shit I'm talking. That's why I was talking to. We were joking around Friday night. Tony, I told everybody on our Friday night game what happened because I was still pretty hot last Friday. I was like, "This is bullshit." Tony's just sitting back, like, "Yes, let the butt hurt." I'm like, "Fuck you." I was getting pissed. I was like, I mean, it wouldn't have been bad if it would have been like, "Hey, you lost 2 here. You did this. Oh, here's a card. You got, 1,000 gold pieces. I'll take it. Give me something good." Nope. So like, here's the big green weenie. I had to fight an avatar of death with like, maybe four spells, not cantrips, left in my repertoire.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, you actually
User
did pretty
was moved
decent
to
on
your
that one.
channel.
Could they help y'all? Or was it just you?
All right, I got it.
User joined
Valdu.
your channel.
Valdu would cast a spell and sit silently for a minute before he opened his eyes and said he drew the void card. His soul was withdrawn from his body, placed into a vessel, and moved elsewhere.
Tony, I attempt to use the fate card, knowing this information, to reverse the soul leaving his body, or reverse the soul going into the gym, or wherever the fuck it is, and just simply return to his body.
Your fate card envelops in flame and prevents his soul from going into the gym. Rewriting that, with nowhere else to go, his soul returns to his body.
Nice.
There we go.
Sorry,
All right.
guys.
You're fine.
You're good.
Yep.
So, Bomir, do me a favor. Why don't you take a step away from that lava there?
Valdu would ask him if he remembers anything.
Alrighty.
Did not come through.
Anything?
No, you remember darkness and unhappiness.
Just void, just absolute nothing.
Absolute nothing.
That's cool.
And shortly after, his soul and returns to your body, the party feels a presence in the area.
Oh, fuck.
And let's see.
Is it fate?
It's not. It's baby Jesus.
If you say right behind Orin, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit.
Right beside Durandon and Orin, a light comes down. Let's see if I can find this particular. Creature. There it is. This particular creature coalesces out of the light, and when it does, Oh, come on, give me that. There's the image. That's the one I wanted. It coalesces out of the light, and it. Everybody's running. It has its wings unfurled, and it says, now that you mortals have been allowed to each use the artifact, he is taking possession of the artifact and returning it to Celestia.
Orin would say, we've heard that before. See, are you a good creature? Are you a good creature or an evil creature?
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Good witch or a bad witch, yeah. Get ready to roll. Hold on. Yeah, I'll use my lucky on that.
The creature looks at you all and says that it is not debating with you, it is not discussing, it is taking the deck and returning it. You are free to go. You are allowed to draw because you cleared the tomb of Kronos of the taint of devils, and you slew a servant of Asmodeus. It is allowing you to leave, but is taking possession of the artifact. It is not debating with you. It is not discussing with you. It says it is in your best interest to leave this tomb immediately, because it will be resealed within the hour.
Bye.
I pose it a question. I say, if this was our reward for clearing this temple of taint, why were we so afflicted horribly in some cases? That doesn't seem like a very good reward.
The winged creature says that many mortals search their entire lifetime for an opportunity to draw a card from the deck of many things. The deities decided to grant you access to the artifact for good and ill at your own choosing. If you chose to partake, having been duly warned, the effects, good and ill, are yours to keep. They will not interfere. But they placed it here to stop it from being used. They allowed you to use it, but they are now removing it, because the Tomb of Kronos is no longer a safe place.
Okay, fair enough.
Are there any more secrets here?
Okay. Orin, after thinking for a second and staring intently at the green creature with wings, bows deeply to it and says, well, thank you for the opportunity, and I will be leaving now. And him and the shield guardian turn around and start walking towards the door.
Thanks for all the fish.
Pretty much.
That's funny. Did you hear my question, or did my microphone mess up again?
I did not hear it.
Vadu would ask, are there more secrets contained here?
It's not answering your question. It's recommending you leave.
I leave.
You know, if Orin's leaving, it's probably a good idea to leave.
Do 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 do.
If we stay, do we gain the benefits of being in the temple, like never dying and all that jazz?
As long as you're here, you have those benefits.
But he's getting ready to seal up the temple within the hour.
I know.
Plus, dude, we got all those scrolls we can dig through later.
Yep.
Let's see how it would peel out if you guys decided to fight him.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, you die.
Little bit.
All right. So, Bomir returned to life. Ebenezer over there, down one wish.
Ebenezer? No. I was making sure that I had enough to save our asses, or his ass should it not work right.
Okay. So, you guys are heading where?
To the fort with the teleportation circle. Get our people there. And so we can't bring the whole army or the whole army in with
The
us. I say we
Zentarim's
just,
not going to allow any other faction from the surface into the Mantle Dareth. They simply will not escort them in. Not the Emerald Enclave, not the Lord's Alliance, no one except you.
So we take one or two, keep the Zentarim at the fort with everybody else, and take the highest person in the Zentarim to lead us to Mantle Dareth and into where the people are that we need to talk to and steal from.
Okay, so
Does that work for everybody else? Sorry.
Yep.
So I want to get this straight real quick. So I understand correctly. Everyone here is of the agreement, and this is my understanding. I want you to correct me if I'm wrong. You guys are in a break in the tunnel discovered by Bomir, Durandon, and Valdu. You are leaving this area, going back to the massive chamber the connection of chambers where Mantle Dareth is located. You are traveling back to the place where Orin and Celandir ambushed and murdered an innocent extraplanar creature because it had a teleportation circle. You're going to establish that as a base. I'm not sure how long you're spending there. You're going to leave all of the support forces, your entire expedition, minus one or two Zentarim guides, and then go to Mantle Dareth. That is my understanding right now.
Well, Jesus, when you put it like that.
Well, we're setting up, over picture, we're setting up another base camp.
I'm not criticizing.
No,
I just
I'm letting the party know. We're setting up another base camp that has a teleportation circle that we can use, which will give us direct access to Gauntlgram and then back to basically a 6-hour travel to Mantle Dareth. So that's why I would like to do that. Orin would like to do that, set up another base, so that way when we do teleportation circle to Gauntlgram or wherever the hell we're going to go, we can give them those coordinates as well. They can come in as well. So they can start supplying it or have a direct access to Mantle Dareth as well.
Okay, duly noted. Does anybody object? Does anybody not want to do that?
Not I.
No, I don't object, but I do have a question for you, Tony. Hold on, let me find my whisper.
Okay, so how long are you guys wanting, since I'm gathering that everybody's in agreement that you guys want to set up another base, how long are you guys traveling there, setting your expedition up, telling them to start turning it into a base camp and leaving? Are you spending a day there, 10-day, a month?
I wouldn't mind resting.
Well, you're going to
We're going to rest on the way there. I would say we go there, we knock down some of the other entrances to this location. We both have shaped stone or whatever. So me and Valdu can spend a day just doing nothing, because I mean, I have 1, 2, 3. I can use shape stone 3 times, and I say we just freaking spend 1 day there, then turn around and come back to Mantle Dareth. Just enough to start them off, and then have them continue on with the rest of the stuff.
Where do you see shaped stone?
I thought you had shape stone.
I don't even find shaped stone in the spell book.
It's called stone.
Stone shape. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I have that, and I have Wall of Stone.
Yeah, I have Wall of Stone too. We can set it up. But yeah.
Okay. So 1 day, you guys are spending in setting that up, and you're leaving all of your troops there. I'm assuming not the Shield Guardian.
No, Shield Guardian and my Hook Horror are coming with me.
Your Hook Horror's not going into Mantle Dareth, brother. Not if you want it to live.
He's my buddy.
Yeah, well, I stand by my statement.
Fine.
Now, I'm sure the amount of spells that we cast would change how fortified this place is, right?
We're working on the assumption you guys are fortifying it to the best of your ability, just like you
Got
have
it.
every other one.
But this time we're not going to wait for troop reinforcements. We have there. Tony, while I'm there, I just correct the simple but the simple thing I did to make it not work, memorize it, and then pretty much move out.
Okay.
Once everybody's ready to go.
So, if everyone's in agreement, I apply to long rest. This is what I need before we start Mantle Dareth. Looks like everybody's good except Bomir. Bomir, you need to level up to level 9. You soulless fucking paladin.
Oh, already?
Right?
I thought we had to. Alright.
It's on the assumption that we're going straight to Mantle Dareth. And
Well, that's why I got all that cleared up. The intention was that I didn't think the intention was to start this campaign going into Mantle Dareth, but then somebody had to get his soul stolen and shit like an asshole.
Which module was it that you can drag it? The smaller
PHB.
one?
The PHB Deluxe.
Durandon, did you fix your sneak attack?
Remind me, what was wrong with it?
Not enough dice and you not using it.
What was wrong with your sneak attack is you currently should be rolling 5d6. You currently have 3. You have your page and the sneak attack that you have been using shows 3d6. You should be using 5d6.
How do I change that?
Under sneak attack, actions. And 1 second, did you catch my answer to you, Chris? The PHB Deluxe?
Yeah.
Okay. Under actions tab for you, Durandon, where it says sneak attack, go over to the right, little magnifying glass, click that.
Yeah, I got that.
Drag 2 more d6s and throw that on there. Now, 1 more. There you go. 5d6. Now, did you level up? Everybody should be leveling up. For you, you should be getting Roguish Archetype. Now, it depends on what you picked, which I believe was the
Trickster.
Trickster. Thank you. Could not think of it. The Arcane Trickster. At level 9, you get a different feature, which I believe to be, Ambush. Which is here. There you go. That's your new effect.
And you also, since you went to 10, got an ability score improvement as well.
Now, when you leveled up, did everybody drag it over, right?
See?
Yes, sir.
So, Durandon, did you take an ability score increase or not?
I did not.
Okay, so at this time, you get to choose one of two options. You can, A, add 2 points to an ability score, or 1 point to 2. So you get 2 points to spend how you want.
Or a feat.
Or you can choose to take a feat.
Oh, that's tough.
It is. You don't have to make the decision right this second. But
Yeah, I wanna look into that.
okay. So, does anyone have any questions about their character, about leveling up, about their spells?
Yes.
Shoot.
Okay. I have a new thing on my character sheet when I leveled up that says spells rogue. What is that?
Elaborate. Oh, nothing. It's just something it added. I removed it for you. It literally is nothing. It's in case you didn't already have spells, but you do. So
Oh, okay.
okay. This is what I need. You're going into Mantle Dareth. You need to select your spells. If you have them, Bomir. Actually, everyone has them except Sully. So pick your spells. If you are confused, I'm going to on how many. Does anybody have any confusion on how many spells you get after you level up?
I have confusion.
You can go to hell.
Right to hell.
You go how you die.
But from it or not?
I'm not in particularly concerned with
Okay.
how you die, so long as you do die.
Okay.
So let's see. Bomir, for example. When you do
I
so,
get level 3.
you choose a number of spells equal to your charisma modifier plus half your paladin's level rounded down.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I was reading something about it. So you get level 3 pally spells, right?
Yep, I just got level 3s.
Okay, I recommend dragging those over first, like you did. Did you do that, where you dragged them all over?
Yes, I did that in, let's see, preparation, just drag them over.
Drag them over. This should automatically create a third.
Yay, another cantrip for me. See, I didn't use
Bada
a cantrip.
bing.
Shut your mouth, Orin.
Fuck your couch.
Do you know how many spells you should be getting per day memorized, Valdu?
Yeah, 13.
Is it still 13, or did it go? Did you know it goes up? You know that, right?
I thought
consulting
it was
your
12 and went up to 13.
It very well may have been. I just want to make sure that you know.
Let me double check.
It should be your wisdom modifier plus your druid's level.
Yeah, that would be 13.
And mind you, that doesn't count your circle spells. Those are
Right.
always there.
Right. Got it.
Okay.
Some of these spells sound interesting. So how many can I memorize now? Did you already say?
You're level 9, right?
Yes.
What's your charisma modifier?
It is +3.
7. It's 3 plus half your level. So it round down. So you're level 9, round down, which is 4. 3 plus 4 is 7.
Alright.
Before we do much, I would like to split a pot 5 ways of 1,000 gold.
Elaborate.
Well, in case I need to reincarnate everyone, that way we have the things for it.
You shouldn't need to. I'm sorry, I'm messing with your spells there for a second, Bomir.
Oh, why does everything look so weird?
Because they were opened up like this.
Oh.
They start out opened up when you're in standard mode. Bomir now has Revivify.
What's this? What is Revivify?
Bring someone back to life.
Okay, so what if Bomir dies?
Well, then I don't know what to tell you, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to be fucking reincarnated. I can tell you that.
Right? No one wants that.
I'm sorry. I know that you want to be able to do that, but no one wants to be reincarnated ever, as far as I know. But maybe Chris is different. Maybe Chris feels like he wants to randomly select the race of his next character.
Better than being dead?
No, it's not.
You want to know why it's not better than being dead, or why it's better?
Well, you can make a new character.
Exactly, and you can make the exact same character, basically. I mean, with a few differences, obviously, but...
Okay, so...
Yeah, but you gotta rely on them dice sometimes. I mean, hell, that's what I did for the wish spell.
So, 2 things. Make sure you memorize the right number of spells. I think Bomir's working on his. Maybe not, I don't know.
I'm working on mine.
Yep, just checking them out real quick.
And Valdu, when you cast Wish, it pretty much crippled you for a couple days.
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot
You guys were
about
traveling, so I didn't apply it. I'm just letting you know, because if you guys get in a tight spot and you're like, oh, I'm going to use this real quick as a good spell, it's a bad battle spell. Unless the spell you use it to replicate is pretty fucking awesome. Is when you cast Wish, until you take a long rest, every spell you cast causes 1d10 damage per spell level.
that. Damn.
So if you cast a level 5 spell, you're taking up to 50 damage. And when you cast Wish, after it's cast, your strength is 3. And it lasts for up to 8 days.
Damn. Now, do I gotta roll for it? You said up to 8 days, so I gotta roll?
What's that?
You said up to 8 days. Do I have to roll?
Now that doesn't necessarily affect you. It's if you get too crazy with it. Right now you're good. It just wore you out a lot. But you can use it to replicate spells. I'm saying if you try and get crazy with it in combat, it can hurt you. We'll go over the details later. Let me know when everyone is done memorizing their spells and ready to go.
I'm trying to decide which freaking 5th level spell I want.
These level 3 spells are pretty huge for me. There's a lot of good ones.
Damn, some parts of Contagion are pretty damn beastly. Tony, vulnerability to damage means you take 50% more, yes?
Yes. Well, 100% more. You take double damage.
Holy shit. Contagion, does it take 7 days to cast, or it lasts for 7 days?
I'll have to look.
Oh, never mind.
Duration,
Casting time,
7 days.
one action. I see it now. God, that's a beastly spell. Look at Flesh Rot. Under Contagion.
Again today.
Wait,
What?
Rod or
Again, what? Hello.
Yep.
Alright, I'm ready.
Okay, so someone didn't check it. Who is not ready? Do you need help?
Probably Sully.
Didn't
I
see it.
checked
My
it.
bad. I mean, I'm still trying to pick one spell, but I already got it. Never mind. I'm good.
Alrighty, so which entrance do you want to go in? The one from the Dark Lake, which is your closest, or the one from going around the Dark Lake or the general area and working your way up from a crevice? Both are entrances that are acceptable to be used for Mantle Dareth Zentarum. Neither is used by the Dwergar. Or Dro, I'm sorry. The Dwergar or the Dro. These two entrances are the Zentarum and or Sphere Pniblin.
Go in whichever one the Zentarum suggests.
I mean, the closest is the one from the Dark Lake.
I'm going for the Dark Lake.
There's some nope in Dark Lake. I'm just saying.
You'd have to cross the Dark Lake to get to either one of them.
So let's go to the
Dark
nearest
Lake
one
it
then.
is.
I'm down for the nearest.
Down 1211.
Sounds good.
Okay, so you're going to get a couple images. This is, well, you get two images. This is the picture of Mantle Dareth as you approach it. The general area looks like it's pretty much been carved out from waterfalls over the years.
Tony, I have a problem. My 5th level spells are not displaying at all.
Okay. Someone opened a book or something. Give me a second. I'm waiting on the program to respond. There we go.
Okay.
The 5th level spells are not responding, are not showing.
Now they are. Whatever you did worked.
Because you put it in combat mode. How many level 5 slots do you have?
1.
Do you have any level 5 spells memorized? Just keep it in standard mode for now. We'll deal with the rest later.
Got it.
Okay, so you guys decided to travel along this route. You can zoom in as you like, rearrange them as you like. I just threw them up there. You guys can take the time to craft as many boats as you want. I hear an echo. As you approach the area there and make a beach landing, you notice there is an elf with long red hair and a backpack sits on a ledge overlooking the vast water-filled cavern. The elf sees you make a beach landing. Now, this area right here is this ledge is about 10 feet above the beach landing, which goes under this landing, and there are handhelds leading up to it. The elf appears to be dressed in the finest attire, and he is dipping his feet in a small pool of water that has gathered up on the ledge. As you approach this elf, which I'm getting you a picture ready, calls down to you and says, "Welcome. Would you care to join me?"
Orin kind of looks around the group, noticing everybody's kind of being real quiet. Says, "Join you with what? Contemplating the Dark Lake?"
He says, "I was more referring to the dipping your feet in this soothing pool here. But, in particularly, I was just inviting you up." He kind of points you towards the handholds after you beach your boats as a way to show you how to make your way up.
Sure.
Yep. Orin would follow Solly up.
Yeah, Duranda follows.
You guys can move your characters as you need. That's a pretty big, pretty hardy ledge there.
I always appreciate someone in green and gold brocade.
And his clothes are clean. I mean, they don't look dirty. They don't look disheveled. They don't look, all messed up. He looks like he is been in the Underdark a while. Give me a perception check for everyone, please.
I see nothing.
You'll see nothing.
Surprisingly, you see more than Orin.
Yeah, but I got a natural 1, so I'm nothing.
Yep.
Valdu would walk over, greet him, and introduce himself.
He introduces himself back, and I'm sure we got some nice water music here. If I can spell the word water. It's just fancy, beautiful music for nice sounds. Let's see, there we go.
For those around, they would notice that Valdu seems rather comfortable around this elf, not suspicious of him.
He introduces himself as Slatus Vidir. He says he assumes you are, and he makes motion towards your guide, here to gain access to the trading post of Mantle Dareth.
Yes, we are.
He says that he has just finished trading about 4 days ago, and he was just enjoying the Dark Lake. But he said the mood in the outpost was starting to get a little hostile. Some people were getting very upset at each other over prices. It just didn't seem like it was a good place to be doing business right now. So about 4 days ago, he decided to come out here, and he's debating on whether he wants to head over to any of the other major cities.
Valdu would ask him if he would like to accompany us, and there's a possibility we could lead him to another city.
He says that he would absolutely accompany you. He asks if you guys have eaten for the day.
Valdu would quickly look at the rest of the group and
It's pretty
say, I
early in the
feel
morning.
that he's safe, but does anybody have a problem with him?
None that I consider.
Orin would just shake his head. No, he didn't have an issue.
Valdu would just smile at them, turn around, smile, nod, say, welcome aboard. I have not eaten yet.
And he asks if anyone else is hungry.
I'm always good for a bite.
So he pulls out a bag. So he pulls his backpack out, and without even a check, all of you can see that it's magical. For Orin, give me a knowledge arcana, please.
Okay.
So he swings his backpack down, and you can tell he probably is a spellcaster. He's got a staff and some pouches that similar to Orin's. He swings his backpack around, and he opens it up and reaches in and kind of mutters something. And without having to reach in deeper than maybe a couple inches, he pulls out what seems to be a foot from about the shin down to the foot, but it's got long toenails, maybe like it came off a baboon or something very hairy. And it's raw. I mean, it's raw. And he pulls like a flint knife off his belt, not metal, flint, because he's been in the Underdark for quite a while. And you can see the knife's got some blood on it, and he uses the flint knife to kind of shave off the fur. And then he slices off thin slices of the meat from the calf and starts offering it to the people who said they were hungry.
Valdu would gladly take it and proceed to park his ass down, cast Produce Flame, and cook the pieces in his hand before eating them.
Would you like yours cooked, Rondon?
He would also thank him for it, of course.
Hey, Valdu, could you put a little heat on this for me?
Valdu would laugh and turn to him, holding his hand with heat out.
So he says, "You know what's really delicious?" And is that music playing for you guys?
I hear nothing.
I hear
Nope.
nothing.
So it's either playing really quietly or not playing. Oh, there it is.
Okay, sound's working. You just got it down. So he says, the Quaggoth, the Quaggoth is very chewy, but it's hearty. He said more delicate is Drow, and he kind of pulls out a hand from about the forearm down, and it's very dark skinned. And he kind of trims off some smaller pieces of meat off of the dark-skinned arm, and then offers it to you two as well.
Valdu wouldn't take it, but at this point he would look at the robe and point to it and say, "So where'd you get that?"
The rogue?
The robe that he's wearing, cloak, robe, whatever it was that I saw.
It's a doublet, and he has just clothes on, robes that aren't necessarily what he's wearing. He's wearing just traveling clothes, doublet.
His shirt then.
He says that he had it made in Silveryman.
He's far from home.
He says he's always been drawn to the Underdark. It's more in tune with the laws of nature.
And nature brought you down here?
He says nature exists everywhere, including in the Underdark. There are
At
times when we druids have to cull the herd to maintain the natural order, as you see in the wild. And I am exploring the Underdark, and druids have work to do down here as well.
Valdu would just nod his head to that. He would not readily take the drow mate, however.
He kind of shrugs and says, if you change your mind, he has other... He tends to pack a lot of food because he wanders on his own. Sometimes he gets lost, not very often, but he has a lot of food that he's acquired. So if you have any need or would prefer to try something different, he deals in very exotic foods.
Durandon says, "We'll talk later. I'll buy you a beer."
Okay. And the Zimtarim is less impressed with him than the rest of you.
Valdu would tell him, be careful offering drow meat in the Underdark.
He says if you prefer, he has others.
Probably shouldn't offer those either, at least in public. Unless it is a beast of burden or monster, it will be frowned upon, more than likely.
He says that even there are times when even humanoids need to cull the herd.
Valdu would nod and say, this is true, and I don't understand all of it. However, it's the way it is. Just trying to save you some trouble.
Okay, the Zentarum kind of gives the drow-eating elf a wide berth and makes his way over before showing you guys to the secret passage. He mutters a word in a language I don't believe any of you understand. And
Check mine first.
it says Zentarum guide who's opening the door.
Oh, okay.
And when he opens the door, he says the word, a door opens that goes through and then extends into a fairly large hallway that I am attempting to unmask. Let me start off with just a small section. And I'll keep unmasking. You guys can slide on in there, should you so desire.
I would love to, but I have to bounce.
I understand.
So, you guys keep going and have fun and all that jazz.
Take it easy, Eddie.
Yep, you guys too.
Hey, maybe once all the schedule changes, you'll be able to get some full games with us, huh?
My schedule's not going to be changing anytime in the foreseeable
Tony's.
future. Oh, well, I don't know. Really just depends on what day it is. So, but anyways, you guys have a nice night.
Take it
You too.
easy.
Have a good one.
Have fun, man.
User disconnected from your channel.
Alright, so you guys can slide your characters up there. I'm gonna move this one up
Off
here.
subject entirely, but is there any news on when that major update to Fantasy Grounds is coming?
It's not an update. That's a new version of Fantasy Grounds they're going to charge for.
Oh, that sucks.
I'd still buy it. When is it gonna come out?
They've been working on it for years. Nobody knows. Supposedly sometime this summer or fall, but it's called Fantasy Grounds Unity. And I paid for Fantasy Ground one time, a long time ago. They've never asked me for more money, so I've spent more money, a lot more money, but they've never asked me
Right.
for it.
Yeah.
If you did get the new one, would your stuff transfer? Is my question.
I do not know. That is my question as well. But move yourselves up to the red circle, because that's where your guide takes you to. Okay, so the Zentarum takes you here. He tells you this is the entrance that Zentarum use, and he points north and says that's the entrance from the cavern that he told you was the other option. And he tells you that this is a dead end. He points down toward the right, and he tells you that it's another secret area or secret door, and he says another word that most of you don't understand. Just, how about I do this? Let's solve this. More than I thought. He says a word in Undercommon, and the door swings open to the left, opening another passage. And he escorts you in, and he asks you if you want to continue to be guided by him, which he's more than welcome. He just didn't know if you wanted to continue or not.
Warren would definitely say, yes, we would appreciate at least for the rest of the day, because we are very unfamiliar with this area.
Okay, so I'm gonna unmask a large section. So I'm gonna move you guys to an initial entry point. Everyone has dark vision, correct?
I do.
Yes.
Yes.
So move your characters to that point. So first you come out in that trench. That's the first thing. And I even get to unmask in the square, so it saves me time. So you can see this trench. Sorry, I had a fly. I got my shocking fly swatter. Come here, you little bastard.
My shocking fly swatter is like a damn taser when it goes off.
I'm trying to tase this little fucking bitch ass.
Like, does yours just go absolutely ape shit, or is it just one little quick psst?
It's one zap. I'll get him. Don't worry.
Mine's not. Mine's fucking terrifying, man. It's like...
So, you guys find yourself in a trench. The sounds are a little. This little cocksucker just landed on the edge of my fly swatter and flew away. Don't taunt me, you little piece of shit.
Okay, I'm gonna have to step away for a minute in like a couple minutes.
So, when you get into the trench, you have a choice. The trench is roughly 10 feet deep, so you have a choice to go up to the left or up to the right, south or north.
We would ask the guide which direction to the Zentarum encampment.
Screw you
Her
too.
So he tells you that the Zentarum encampment is to the north and east. I'm sorry, northwest. He tells you the Drow is to the north and east. So let me do it this way. The Zentarum encampment, that way. Northwest, Drow, northeast. Svirfneblin, southeast. Dwergar, southwest. Give me a perception check, please.
Everyone?
Everyone.
Can you roll Eddie's? I didn't see shit.
I stand corrected. My apologies. I said 10 feet deep. This trench is 50 feet deep.
Holy shit. Tiny, I'm not going to use that luck and want to stick with my first roll.
Okay. I misread something. I see your roll. So, in the middle of the trench, from where you stand with those checks, there's another fly. You see a shattered platform made of crystal that sits in the middle of the trench. It looks old, but at some point, well, I guess that's what you get for landing on my fly sweater, doesn't it, cunt? Hope you died and your family gets herpes. I hate flies. There's a crystal platform in about the middle of the trench. It's shattered, but it looks like at one time it probably served as a magical lift. Now, the other side is there is a system of 4 lifts on 2 on each side. There's one here, and then one on the other side of the other end of the the trench there. So that's what you see from there. Now what you hear, and you can hear to the south sounds of fighting. Now this cavern's pretty big, but to the south you hear sounds of fighting. Now your choices are you can use the lifts if one of you gets up top. There are also handholds that you can use to climb up. So at this point, the Zentarum's to the north and west, but the sound is coming from due south of your present position.
I'd say head south, at least on the south side. I mean, there's a bridge right there we can cross over when you go north.
Okay, I'm gonna need an athletics check. Don't roll it. I'm rolling it for everyone. Got that bitch.
How many fucking flies you got?
Mine. We had the doors open for a while.
Oh,
Oren,
okay.
you're the only one who isn't successful, but the group is able to help each other, and you are aided, and you all reach the top. So, give me a second. I'm going to give you a general description, and then you're going to get some more specific ones. So, I'm going to give you some unmasking here to start with. You notice now that you're up here, there are numerous areas that are providing light. So your dark vision is no longer limiting as to your ability to see. So I'm going to unmask this, give you a couple descriptions. Now, the trench that bisects this enormous cavern with a 30-foot high ceiling cuts it in half. The cavern itself is supported by naturally formed columns, which you see marked with the little white lines. Continual flame spells have been cast upon stone lampposts that reflect off of crystals embedded in the walls, in the ceiling, illuminating myriads of fountains strewn around this area. There are waterfalls and streams that feed pools. Water drips from stalactites onto leather tarps, covering clusters of merchant stalls to the west and east of the tents. Those two little collections there of tents there, those are various merchant tents. Beyond these marketplaces, you see well-tended gardens of mold and fungi, the crystal walkways, and stone bridges. Mantle Dareth walkways seem to be made of crushed crystals. The entire area is lit. The tranquil beauty of this cavern is undone by the sounds of combat to the southeast, where you hear a thunderous boom of metal against stone. As you look around, you see panicked Svirfnebli fleeing from an 8-foot tall Dwergar. Don't worry, there's more. So the fungal grove, let's put you guys right here. How's that look? I just noticed I haven't changed the map of my recording at all. So let me zoom in on there. See where the Shield Guardian is? Let's put you guys right there. The Dwergar is clearly chasing a pair of deep gnomes. Now, a couple seconds later, you see a second Dwergar.
Valdu would quickly try to remind people of the rules that were set to him by the guide.
Give me another perception check, por favor.
That being said, I, out of character, do not remember rules. I know it's no fighting and no magic.
Yeah, well, that seems to be shot out the window.
Oh shit.
So, what you see are those two Dwergar, and they didn't size correctly. I'm fixing that presently. They are large. They are chasing the Svirfnebli. What you can tell about the Svirfnebli is they seem to be also under the influence of magic. The influence of their magic seems to be a blur spell, which is lending them the ability to stay just ahead and out of reach of the two raging Dwergar. Now, what you also see is another deep gnome. He is hiding in plain sight in the wreckage of a stall, right here. He is underneath the tarp. He doesn't seem to be involved with the others. The man has a bag tucked under his arm, and he's pulling the tarp down, but he's kind of peeking out as well. So at this point, the gnomes are running in this direction from where they're at towards those doors. The Dwergar are looking to not necessarily catch them. Looks like they have some war picks and looks like they're trying to kill them. The gnomes are using their magic to flee. At this point, you guys can roll initiative. Someone take control of Sully. I'm not saying you have to attack. I'm going to let you act in order of initiative. In fairness, you guys wouldn't have an option to discuss. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. If you guys happen to discuss while I'm using the restroom, that's not my fault. But in character, you guys have not had the chance to discuss. As soon as you came up over the edge, this is what you saw.
On that note, I have to go AFK for just a minute. I'll be right back.
So that leaves what? Chris and Mac here?
Yeah.
I don't want to attack the Dwergar because they may be defending themselves from the Swiftneblin, but we have contacted the Swiftneblin, and the groups we have had seem fairly friendly. Do you want to try to stop, basically separate them, but keep the Swiftneblin around? Because I can cast a spell to keep both of the Swiftneblin in it, and we'll stop the Dwergar from using any more magic. But I don't want to be executed for using fucking magic.
You might want to find out why they're casting first.
That's what I'm saying. If I got a spell, Wall of Force, which we've used before, to be able to cast over the two deep gnomes. The Dwergar can't attack it, but the deep gnomes can't get away, so we can figure out what the fuck's going on before. And because if we stop the Dwergar and the Swiftneblin has stolen from them or whatever,
That sounds like a pretty good idea.
Okay, discussion
Okay.
that isn't really happening
Yep.
is over.
well, I've already told them what I want to do.
Let's move
Well,
Sully.
whenever my turn.
Sully isn't on here. Let's put Sully right here. Who cares where? Because I need to put him right there. Yeah, nice catch up there. You're level 9. You do whatever you want. All right, so everyone gets around. Durandon, you see what you see. What do you guys want to do?
I hold my initiative. Hello?
I hear you. I have you hit the next actor button, and I'll go ahead and go. So the deep gnome continues to flee towards the bottom right. I probably should lock these tokens. Maintaining his spell.
Are we like obviously in sight to these?
They don't seem to have noticed you, but yes, if they were looking, they would see you.
I guess I'm just gonna wait, see what happens. See if they keep chasing, if they look at us, react to us at all.
Slotus, kind of sitting in the back watching, pulls out a finger and starts chewing on it. Says that doesn't look normal at all, referring to the Dwergar. The Dwergar tries to move closer and take a shot at the deep gnome with his war pick. and actually manages to score a hit. But I'm not exactly sure the effect of Blur, so I'm going to double check it really quick. Disadvantage on attack rolls, so he's going to have to roll again. If he still hits, he'd do damage. He still hit, so he's able to deal damage while enlarged to the Sphere of Nebulae, and it looks like it's probably the first hit, but he does connect through the Blur, and the Sphere of Nebulae takes a hit on the shoulder.
So he's going to go over into this area and hide with his cunning action. Nobody's really looking at him, so it shouldn't be that big a deal.
Okay.
Hold on. And nobody's looking at him. He'll just keep the first one. But that's his turn. He's going to hold his attack action in case all hell breaks loose.
Okay. You can't really hold an attack action.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Readied action.
Ready action.
I'm back. Miss anything?
Not really. It's your turn, though.
Oh god. Let me see. No one's attacked yet, have they?
Everybody's
No.
held so far.
The Dwergar attacked and managed to slip through the Sphere of Nebulae's magic, the Deep Gnome, and connect and hit him on the shoulder for the first, looks like the first hit.
Talking's free action, right?
Not really, no. Within
Wouldn't
reason.
that change?
It's not that it's not. It depends on what you're trying. Formulating an attack plan is not a free action, no.
No.
Hey,
Actually,
stop.
I'm going to shout a question, but that's it.
Okay.
Valdu, if allowed, Valdu would say, scream, "Why are you fighting?" And that being said, I'm holding initiative.
Alrighty.
Orin's going to hold initiative until after the Deep Gnome goes.
Oh, and for what it's worth, with that perception that I rolled, that 20, Valdu would be trying to get a good look at it. I'm assuming the perception was to see peoples, right?
I missed that. What was your perception that you're trying to get?
No, that perception that we rolled, where I rolled that 20, that was to see peoples, yes?
That was to see the things that I described to you.
Okay, so all of it. I was just trying to get a good look at peoples while I can, in other words. But go on.
They don't respond to your call out at all. They seem to be very concerned about their survival. The little patch just south here, like this area right here, it's a grove of fungus, and it's strewn with, from where you're standing, the grove looks to be strewn with about a dozen dead deep gnomes. They have numerous wounds, and but there's a number of large fungus plants that are preventing you from seeing too far south. I went ahead and unmasked everything. From here, you can hear a loud boom, boom. It's almost like it's on a rhythm. This deep
Like a
gnome,
war drum?
similar,
Okay.
disengages and flees as fast as he can.
So the sound is coming from behind the fungal growth.
Yes, sir. This is obstructing your view right here.
Orin's going to go there to see what the hell that noise is.
Okay, so from there, let me see if I can There we go. Had to find it. From there, you can see that there are. That's not the one I wanted. There is a number of Dwergar. There are stone double doors. Those 2 doors you see are stone. There are 4 enlarged Dwergar that have war picks, and they are hitting in concert against the doors. So the doors are stone. They look like they're really solid stone, possibly even made by Dwergar. You're not sure. But there's 4 enlarged Dwergar taking a rhythmic turn. 2 hit, then 2 hit, and 2 hit. So it looks like they are taking pretty good chunks out of the door. You would wager it's probably gonna hold up for a while, 30 minutes to an hour. But it won't be too much past an hour before they fucking smash through those doors. I can put the Dwergar on the map if you want them, or
Yes,
I can
please.
leave them. Okay.
Does this? I mean, this doesn't seem. This definitely isn't normal behavior for this area. From what everybody said, there's been murder, people are being attacked, magic's being used.
1 second. Let me get them unmasked.
Question is who's the bad guy? I mean, it's probably a Dwergar, but we don't know.
Does
why.
this seem like some quote unquote some of the, I guess, madness we've seen before? Would that be another perception?
You don't know enough about their normal behavior to know whether or not this is acceptable or mad or not. 1 second.
Would slide it on?
He's already said it, and we got our Zentarum helper as well. And Orin would yell back, "Is this normal?" towards the Zentarum area before he casts the spell.
I'm just adjusting
Yep.
their size, so please, that's what you see. They're taking turns, stepping forward, hitting, stepping out. The other 2 step up. So basically, they look like they know they're not going to knock this down in 10 minutes. This is a freaking hefty door. I mean, it's solid stone, a couple feet thick. So it looks like the type of strikes they're taking when they step forward and hit, then step back. It looks like they're intentionally attacking the door in a manner that's designed to last long enough to crumple it all the way down. Experienced stone breakers.
Did the Zentar, when I called back, "Is this normal?" the Zentarum said,
No, this is not normal. This breaks all the rules. Something is very, very wrong here.
"Okay." Orin points his stave at the group of Dwergar.
Which group?
Those, sorry, I'll get ready. The 4 by the
Just
door.
blowing shit up again.
Hey, I'll
Here
be
I
right
go
back.
killing again.
Can someone run my character?
No. I'm joking. Who is that?
I can run them. What do you want me to do?
Okay. So those 4 are targeted currently. So Orin starts muttering, waving his hands, and points his stave at the group. And a tiny little pebble of fire shoots from the end of his stave and lands directly in the middle of them. Well, yeah. Let me put that on there, sorry. Circle.
Okay, just go ahead and roll as normal, please.
Kaboom.
1 second. Don't.
Okay.
Just give me 1 more second, please. Okay, and click your save again, please.
Okay.
Now roll damage.
Those are the only things I can see, are those right there?
Yes.
Now rolling damage. That's a lot of ones.
Alrighty. So, everyone held initiative except for Sully. Is anybody wanting to take their action?
Let's see.
Party leader.
Can Sully go ahead and go?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking Tony.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Okay. Sorry, that's the wrong person. Damn it. Hold on. It won't let me select with Sully. There we go. There we go, okay. So Sully from over there hiding basically spots that this isn't normal from what everybody said and pulls back and fires his trusty longbow at the Dwargar. I'm supposed to have
Hit.
advantage on that, aren't I?
Against which one?
The Dwargar 6.
No, he's already taken a turn in this round.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. You would get advantage, not an instant crit. So you can go ahead and roll one more dice, see if you can get a normal crit. That's
It's
still
not
a hit,
so.
no crit.
Yep. So he fires his. Does damage. Since he is quote unquote hidden, can he use his sneak attack?
Yes.
Sorry. Sorry, the first one. I thought it was double click like everything else.
There's always one person.
Yep. And that's the turn.
Okay, is anyone else taking their move?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait until
Baldu
anybody comes at us.
would run back and say,
Okay.
use the bridge.
I'm adjusting your initiative, so you know.
Okay. After running there, give me a second. After running there, he would cast his spell. A large cloud would form above him.
Above him?
No, not above him, but above. Just
Give me a
second.
60-foot circle, please.
I can't see them on the bottom side, correct?
Correct.
But I did see Orin cast a spell in that direction.
It's not going to give you the ability to target them.
Correct, but I did see him cast in that direction, yes?
Yes.
Right there is where Badu would cast his spell. Give me a second. Just double checking. I want to make sure it's a 10-foot square. Yep, okay. We cast right there on number 6.
I removed it just for my simplicity. Go ahead and
Right.
roll his check and what have you. You okay?
And she keeps disappearing here.
You didn't target him.
Darn, target him, right? You want me to reroll?
Yes, please. That was just a number. That's just your DC. Okay, roll damage. Got it.
All right, that's my turn.
Does anybody else want to go?
I probably shouldn't hit next, should I?
That's fine.
The one time it does fucking work right for me.
When does the shield guardian go? Is it the same time as Orin?
Yeah, he needs to roll. Do you want me to just do a deck save?
Yep.
Dex check, I mean. Either way, 0. This is what pissed me off. Half of them you have to double click to do. Checks you do single click. So he's the last one to go.
He'll be the last one. I didn't know, so you can let me know now, Bomir. Do you want to be on your riding lizard?
I kind of figured that he would be walking behind me, so I guess I'll take a movement speed hit to get on him.
It's your discretion. If you want to already be on him, that'd be fine, because he'd be an easy method to get up the wall area. It's your discretion. I don't have a problem with you starting on him.
Okay, yeah, I'd rather be on him.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'll pull your lot lizard down here.
A lot.
We'll scoot Bomir off to the side. We'll put aforementioned lot lizard here. And do you want to go now?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. Charge here towards Dwagar 6.
Okay, let me move your initiative. Okay.
I shall swing, poke with my lance.
That's a miss.
It is a miss. I'll swing again. Oh my gosh.
I'm back and I saw that roll.
Damn.
I'm hoping he cannot reach me.
He can reach you because he is large. So he would like to discuss with you the inappropriateness of getting involved in a fight that you weren't initially involved in. And he just wants you to understand that he has strong feelings about this. Not strong enough to hit you, but strong. I'm gonna leave the Celestial Lizard there in case you want to use him for an attack or something.
Can I use his disengage after I've already moved 15 feet?
You can move, as long as you don't move more than his standard move, you can still use his disengage.
Alright, I'm gonna use his disengage just to step back here, then reaching distance with my buddies. And that is it.
Let's see, Durandon, are you going?
I've missed what's going on.
Everyone's attacking the dwarves. These dwarves down here by the door, you can't see from up there. This circle right here that I'm making smaller and larger is a fungus grove full of trees that is obstructing your view. That's why Orin had to move up. Now, Orin cast his spell, and when he did that, he threw a fireball at the door. Now, Valdu cast a cloud and struck number 6 over here to the left with lightning. And then Bomir charged forward, attempted to stab him with a lance, missed, and got swung at with a pick, missed, and then retreated. And Sully shot number 6 too.
Well, shit.
The door didn't go.
So I guess just start shooting at people.
Don't start shooting at people. You
So-
don't have a bow for it.
Oh.
And I'm gonna. By the way, after this game, I'm gonna do a. Let's say crash course in anybody who wants tips on how to play their character at this high level, on how to make your character effective. So if you want to stay up with me for 30 minutes or whatever after this game and play a little, just tips on your character, how to make them more effective, please feel free. But yeah, everyone's attacking number 6, and these guys are large, so.
Quick, does Durandon have like any foresight into the way things are usually conducted here?
Just that the Zentarum, Oren asked about the Zentarum. He said this is very unusual. 90% of the time, what you guys would expect would be every morning, the Sphere of Nebulae would come out of their enclave and set up their tents. The Dwergar would set up their tents across the trench. The Drow and Zentarum would set up their tents. Everyone would sell and buy between each other, and then they'd go back to their enclaves at night. And then occasionally shipments would leave or come in at night from their respective headquarters. But other than that, there's no battle. There's no fighting. This is a merchant outpost. If you missed it, I don't know if I told you, down there by the door, you have 4 Dwergar trying to knock down that thick-ass set of double doors. Well, they were before they got hit by a fireball.
Pretty much. Oh, in the middle area, the 20-foot circle, there's a bunch of...
I told him about that.
The deep gnomes, okay. There's just bodies piled on. Let the bodies hit the floor.
And you said we're focusing on what, number 6?
Everybody's attacked number 6 except for me.
Okay. So let me scoot your initiative down to a 3, which is what everybody's is, who's taking their initiative now. And let me make it your turn. Let me bounce you around a little bit. And you can go ahead and attack. I'll move you down here in a second. There you go. Now you can attack whoever you want. So for you guys, it would definitely probably be a good idea to set up some type of bulwark if you're going to be fighting 6 creatures, where you have your melee guys stable, like Bomir and Durandon. Durandon, your character is melee. You built him that way. I'm okay with it. I'm just letting you know that using your ranged weapon, especially without him having an ally, like, you get a major advantage when he's near a friend of yours. So if it were me, I would get close and use melee, and then retreat, or set up a solid line of defense and wait for them to approach. So those would be the 2 options I would look at. Your ranged weapon should only be used if you have absolutely no other option, because it's next to useless.
Yeah.
I mean, this bridge is pretty narrow. 2 of these guys are not going to fit across. I mean, I think we need to use it or else we're going to get fucking destroyed, but that's me.
You know what? I think you might be right on that one.
We're going to run into the same issue we always have, though, is everybody's going to end up doing range damage, and the fighters and the people who can do some serious freaking heavy hitting, Durandon, freaking Bomir, the Shield Guardian, somebody's going to be left out, and they're going to be shooting hand crossbows like we do every single time we engage.
But
We got magic. Yes, but some of those battles went our way because of very, very lucky rolls and not skill.
This is true. This is very true.
See, once I mean, don't get me wrong, probably one of those guys is going to try closing on me, that's fine, or a couple of them, that's fine. But that's why I'm moving my Shield Guardian down to be in front of me. So we'll take this little area here. There's going to be toe-to-toe fighting. You guys take that little area there, keep the bridge as a freaking, okay, oh shit, all hell's breaking loose. Everybody's turning and attacking us. Okay, we have a nice little way to run out. As opposed to, we start there and, you know, oh, Durandus gets smacked around for, 10 rounds, and then he backs up so the shield guardian can take his place. See what I'm saying? I think we're doing pretty good. Celestial riding lizards there. That's Durandon, or not Durandon, Bomir's there. If Durandon goes south a little bit, he could probably block that little area there. Sully's always distant, so he's out of the way. Shield Guardian's coming down to block that way with me. Valdu, who's a distance fighter, is out there casting his lightning. I'd say this is pretty much where we need to be.
Remember to stay within 5 feet of me.
Whoever's up there with me.
Now that's an end your turn in within 5 feet. Keep in mind you're a rogue, you get cunning action, which means you get double move unless you disengage. So you can move up to 60 feet.
And still attack.
And still attack. So you can move up there, hit him, and move back, but you take an attack of opportunity. So if you're going to move up there, you're going to have to stay up there.
Did you mean to be within 5 feet of Bomir?
Thank you.
See, since you're gonna stop there, yeah, by all means, fire your bow at him now. Since you're that close. But don't use that as primary is what I was trying to say.
No, I get exactly what you're trying to say. For this one, I am.
Hit. Okay. So a creature pops visible as he moves around behind you, Orin, and swings a war pick at you. And misses. Now he is there. So let me make sure your armor class, that should be correct. Let me make sure your effects are right. You should have a bonus effect from your shield guardian, right?
Within 5 feet of me.
My mistake.
Yep. When I move him up, I'll get it then, but I don't have it now. It should be, like, with my armor, should be, what, 20 or something like that?
Another Dwergar pops into existence and enlarges. I've already enlarged them for my simplicity. And he can't do much as far as attack. But you notice that he starts to move with the intention of restricting the gnomes from getting away. And another Dwergar pops into visibility and then enlarges. Those are actions. And moves. I believe their movement's only 25 feet, so give me a second.
So popping into invisibility, then enlarging, then moving.
He's enlarging is what's causing the invisibility to fail.
Okay. He can fit through that space there?
Mm-hmm. They can move through. You can move through it. You just can't see through it.
Oh, gotcha. That was... Okay.
Now this particular Dwergar moves up and is able to reach all three of you. So let's throw a dice. And attacks the mounted human with a war pick. And bounces it off your shield, ineffectually. The Dwergars seem to respond to the flames on their body blaming the gnomes, and they look like they're about to kick some gnomes' ass.
I can see that they're taking off towards them.
Oh yeah, they're blaming the gnomes for the fireball.
Okay. In Undercommon, Orin would yell, "Gnomes, retreat to the riding lizard." And the humans, quote unquote, I mean, anybody who's not deep gnome, whatever.
Has anybody taken thought as to the number of dwarves here just might be guards?
They're enlarged
Guards?
as shit. I'm pretty sure
Guards.
the Zentarum would have said, "Hey, yeah, these are dwarves or the guards." There's a lot of fucking dwarves. I mean, it's not like,
Yeah,
hey,
sure.
They said this is not normal. Shield Guardian is going to take a... He's going to go right there. And he's going to pop his spell of Fire Shield.
I thought you had the other spell.
I asked you about the other spell, and I was like, that's not going to come in handy. So Fire Shield, I kept with it.
Fair enough.
It was one spell, so it's going to be fire and not ice.
Okay.
Do y'all still have all those spell stone things? Spell gems?
See?
The
But I feel like
elementals,
no, like the ones that have like the spell slots.
it's max level of like 3, I think, is the highest level spell gem we have.
Revivify 4. Paladins is level 3.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we would be able to toss one in there.
Yes,
I'll
you'd
do
have
that.
to pay the monetary cost though
Oh damn.
when you cast the spell.
Okay.
Even
So he's-
still, I can give
Okay.
you mine.
So that's a later thing. That's
Right,
very
yes.
common. And
So,
this
the shield-
Dwergar enlarges. Fire shield is his action, right? So I didn't know if you wanted him to move and take an attack.
He's moving and he's taking that action.
Okay.
Fire Shield.
That's all he can do. And the Deep Gnome takes his disengage action. He is already blurred. And their movement is 20 feet, to which he goes to right here. And he says, bye, Felicia. This Deep Gnome moves further back and continues to hide. I'm going to take him out of combat.
Let me know if you need me to roll. I'm going to try to keep an eye on that guy.
Okay. And Slottis looks around and says, these particular dwarves seem to be causing a headache. And then he looks around and casts a spell. He casts the spell Entangle. It is a 20-foot square. He doesn't necessarily ask you guys. He takes whatever action he thinks is necessary, and he casts it right here to give the Deep Gnome the opportunity to flee. He may be a little weird, and they both succeed, but it's difficult terrain now, and restrained creatures. So the spells try to grab them, but it doesn't do much else. But it is difficult terrain for them now, so it helps a little. And Dwergar 14 turns away from the door and seems to also blame the gnomes. They do that in a more legal fashion. Seems to be aware of the restraining area and moves around it. Dwergar 6 moves up to here and attacks Durandon from far enough away that he is able to avoid being too close to you. And it misses. Like you do.
Wait.
21 is heading up this way. I moved him one too far, sorry about that. He did. My young son is watching us play. I hope nobody minds.
Nope.
So he
You're good.
moves up and he throws a javelin at Orin. And the javelin sails right over and misses. And another Dwergar enlarges and makes his way up here. And he moved 40 feet, so he can't attack. Another Dwergar pops into visibility and throws a javelin at Orin and misses. They seem to be ineffectual. But then there was Sully.
Sully is going to disengage. Up there, that'll be and then he will fire a arrow at number 9. Since the Celestial Riding Lizard with his thing is within melee, he gets it. He will get
Incorrect.
sneak attack. He will get sneak attack.
Incorrect.
Says it has to be in melee distance from somebody, right?
No.
Okay. So he breaks contact, comes over here.
It specifically says 5 feet.
Okay. Orin sees that Orin is surrounded and attacks number 13. He would get advantage now, right?
Yes, and sneak attack.
And sneak attack.
Hit.
And that'll be the end of his turn.
For the record, he wouldn't get advantage on that. It didn't matter. I saw
okay.
the other roll. The other roll was a 13. Yeah, you don't get advantage for attacking someone close to a friendly.
Got it.
That's fine. Now this center area is difficult terrain, so that's as far as he can move. He can't attack. And the deep gnome disengages and does his best to bob and weave away from the Dwergar, but even trying like that, he still takes an attack of opportunity. Who manages to connect and pretty heavily wound the deep gnome as he retreats. And last but not least, one more Dwergar pops into existence, or at least visibility.
How many would that hit, Tony?
3.
That would hit all 3?
Yes.
Just 1 second here. I want to check something real fast before I do this. Might be.
Okay. What are you doing?
Ice Storm. 100-foot radius. That would not hit Orin, correct?
That would not.
How many would that hit?
All of them that are touched by it. Sleet Storm, is that what you're casting?
Ice storm.
What the fuck does Ice Storm do?
Oh, I got you. I understand. Is that area now difficult terrain, I believe, is the spell?
I believe so. I'm looking.
I checked it. It is. So
I thought
that
so.
area is already difficult terrain, but if you want to
For
move
like-
It's not difficult.
For like literally half a second. What spell do I cast to take out as many people as possible?
Huh?
Cast it every time we get in combat.
It's fine. The spell
I
did
know.
damage. Go.
Okay. Orin is going to use his ready action to Misty Step up there, and he will cast another fireball.
Did you? You're
Not ready to
disengaging, or are you taking those attacks?
He's doing Misty Step.
Misty Step. I missed that.
Yep.
Now keep in mind, those can't be in those gyms anymore.
I know, I'm tracking. Because that would be my actual action.
So you do have to mark it off as a spell used on that.
Yep, I'm going to as soon as I cast this.
Okay,
It's
just
still
make
a
sure
little-
we're on the same page.
I'm trying to find where my spell is. Hold on.
Misty Step is a level 2 spell, I believe. Possibly 3.
It is,
It's 2.
yeah, level 2. So with that circle there, that would get this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Would it get 13 or no? I can't see him getting dark right there.
I'm trying to find 13.
Top right.
No, he's out of it.
Okay. Hold on. And number 1 down at the bottom, who's kind of entangled, would that hit him there or no? Because 2 of his squares are dark that I see, but
I'm gonna remove yours there. Yes, it would hit him.
okay. So that's everybody there. Orin does Misty Step back, concentrates, points his stave, and once again casts the spell that we all know and love.
Fireball.
He'll cast Fireball level 4, so it's up. And saves.
Okay. Okay, so he's dead. He's dead. And the rest of them are still kicking.
Level 5, and then level 2 for Misty Step. Okay, and that will be, as soon as I figure, I got so much shit open. Okay, and it'll be Bomer's turn.
Alright, Bomir.
Alright. I'll be poking Dwargar 9 here. I'm guessing that is a hit.
Change it from a 3 to a 2. That is a not targeting.
Oh, oops.
But that is a hit, yes. I'm sorry, I was modifying orange stuff. Yes, that's a hit. But do target him before the damage.
I'm going to use a level 2 smite on him.
Okay. He hath been smote.
And I shall swing again.
The hit?
Do normal damage that time.
Are you still using your whatchamacallit? Your lance?
My lance, yes sir. That's good for now. Just ready to defend anybody near me.
Hey, if you take one step forward, Duran, oh sorry, I was talking to Bo here, but you're good. Never mind, Duran's turn.
Can I still move?
Yes.
What did you need me to move?
No, because nobody sneak attack does damage on them unless you're within 5 feet of them. So,
Oh,
I mean, if you want the lance to stay back, I mean, they can still swing at you from that far away.
Yeah,
So you two
it
would
would
trade
make a
close.
difference.
Yeah, but then Durandon, if you go forward, Durandon can take a step forward and stabby Joe that dude, and then back out.
I shall take a step forward.
Okay. Durandon. Bear in mind, he took a step forward to give you a sneak attack against 9. I don't care who you attack. I'm just letting you know why he did it.
Ah.
If you attack anybody, ranged or melee, who is within 5 feet of your friend, you get your sneak attack damage.
Just make sure you uncheck number 9 before you start swinging.
6. He did it. You're good to go.
Yeah, my bad, sorry.
Hit. Now you would roll your sneak attack damage as well. And being a rogue, that's all you get.
He can back if he wants to, but
This Dwergar chooses to now enlarge.
is that a tent right beside me, Tony? Sorry.
It is. It is. Yes.
Okay, since I didn't. I was asking.
Alright, I'm still here. I'm just shifting those.
Gotcha. It's the enemy's rotation now, anyways, and they lose 10 feet of movement because of the spell. And this is as far as he can get, but he can't attack.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
The Dwergar moves around, ignores you guys, and attacks the Deep Gnome. And misses. He should have disadvantage because he has blur. Dwergar 9 attacks you. Oops, that was supposed to be against just Bomir, but he missed nonetheless. And he buries a javelin into Durandon's leg.
Ooh, he should get a disadvantage on that, actually.
That's the one you want.
Yes.
Let's see. If it misses, I'll take away the critical, but you gotta let me know before I roll a critical on the damage. Is it always gonna be the first one?
Yeah, I mean, it's always going
It's
to
a
be the
miss.
very first hit. but-
Okay, then that's fair. I will remove the damage because it was actually a miss, or I'll apply it again. You know, double damage doesn't hurt anything. Triple damage. So, it's 1 per round. I went ahead and applied that. The second one was a 3 plus 7 or plus 4. So that was absolutely a miss. So that Bomir protected you from a critical. And the other Dwergar rushes forward. Scores a hit with his javelin. Double snake eyes for damage. And Mr. Shield Guardian.
Mr. Shield Guardian, since he is Right there, we'll turn to Dwargar number 20 and Hulk smash his ass.
So this is a lot of people.
It's a miss and a hit. One each.
And clubs that dude.
Okay. Dwergar 4 decides to return the favor. He can only move to here and still
Hey.
attack.
I damaged myself for some reason.
That wasn't very smart.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the number 20. I double clicked wrong, but
You double click wrong a lot.
I know.
But they
Thank you.
So he attacks with his war pick and misses. The deep gnome attacks back with his war pick, deciding to go toe to toe with the big bastard since he has some backup, and actually connects. Slotus seems a little unhappy, but he decides to use Produce Flame to try to assist the group. And misses and burns a hole in one of the mushrooms. The Dwergar are trying to clearly move in on you. I'm just going to go through their attacks real quick.
Moving
Miss?
past. Oh, sorry.
Moving what?
Moving past people on a bridge, difficult terrain or not?
Yes. I'm removing your cloud with the assumption that everyone's in this general area.
Got it.
They are throwing as many javelins as they can at the big shield guardian.
Okay, Sully's turn. You'll look around and go after Dwargar 20. They're in attack.
Hit.
Yep. That's a lot of ones.
It's 3 ones and a 3. The double miss, even though my targets were a little confusing. The deep gnome throws himself into combat with his war pick. And he connects with the Dwergar's knee, and as he stumbles and comes down, he brings his war pick around and buries it right in the side of his temple and kills him.
Hi.
Hi.
Baldu, it is your turn.
Trying to decide whether or not to use a wall. But no, that'd be concentration, so I'd take away my other one. Tiny who else I had? Everyone in it?
Everyone in it. It doesn't hit number 8. It hits everyone left of 8.
Okay. I guess I can.
I can clear your targets for simplicity.
What about
Yeah.
that? Yeah, that hits 8.
That hits 8.
It does not hit Durandon, correct?
Correct. Alrighty, and your sleep or your ice storm manages to kill 2 more.
Nice.
Orin then casts his handy dandy spell. Back over here, take in those 4 dudes.
And 3 of them drop.
And it's his turn.
Bomir, magic's exploding all around you. You're getting hit by concurrent waves of cold and heat, cold and heat, and the Mushroom Grove is pretty much annihilated by 2 consecutive ice storms and 2 consecutive fireballs.
I guess I'll keep poking this guy with my lance.
Hit.
And I'll throw a level 1 smite in there. Oh, that wasn't supposed to be. That was supposed to be that. But I was going to swing again, so we'll use that as my second swing.
Well, your second swing missed, but your first hit killed him, so you would be missing with whoever else you were attacking.
Excellent. Let's see, is anybody hurt? Not really. Wow. Alright, that's it for now.
We're actually doing pretty damn good.
Okay. And got it. You don't get sneak attack. The Dwergar calls out a word in their Dwarvish language, and he disengages and begins retreating.
What's the word?
Retreat. And they begin retreating. They seem to be having an organized retreat where they are not just running headlong, they're backing up slowly, covering each other's retreat. They aren't throwing weapons, they're pulling their shields forward and slowly backing away.
Orin would tell the shield guardian to stand fast. If they're gonna break contact, he's not going after them. I can't move it, but yes, you get it.
The Svirfnebli, right here, throws a dart and misses.
Orin
Slatus
would
kind of
yell
looks
out,
at you guys.
hold. Orin would yell out, hold, they're retreating.
Okay, so you guys are going to let them retreat? Is anyone going to attack them? Because otherwise I'll
I am not.
Orin will. As long as they don't attack us, Orin will attack them.
Bomir, Durandon.
I will not.
Okay. They retreat back on to the south and west. All right. So they retreat away from you guys. The question now is, do you guys want to stop here or play a little more for talking?
I'd say stop here. It's almost time to call it anyways.
Okay, we'll call it right here.
You guys
I'm
okay with
moving
that?
my token so I don't forget what I was going to do next.
Well fought, guys. Definitely well fought. Excellent use of your tactics there to get the sneak attack. That sneak attack is pretty devastating, Durandon. Good job, guys.
It did go better than I thought it would.
We did pretty damn good.
Hey, see everybody next week.
Real quick, before one thing, if you want to stay and go over some of your stuff, that's fine. The one thing I need you to do, Orin, between now and next week, one, see if you can upcharge your staff. Like when you cast a spell from your staff, I need to see if it can be upcharged. Not saying it can't, not saying it can't. I need to research that.
Yeah, I haven't tried upcharging my staff, so.
And you already are, like, in your spell gems, list what spells are there. Just you'll need to change your quartz ones. So it's not a huge issue. Something for you to do is just do some research on whether you can upcharge it. Other than that, have a great night. And if you are staying, is anyone staying?
That'd be me.
Are you staying, Bomir? Or are you heading to bed?
I would, but I'm exhausted. Could we do this another time?
Absolutely. I'll be here tomorrow night as well.
Because I definitely would, because there's a lot of new spells and everything. Yeah, I definitely would.
I'll be here tomorrow night, but go ahead and get some sleep.
Alright, yep, I'll take it easy.
Night.
Take it easy.
User disconnected from your channel.
And let's see, let's stop the recording.